This gentleman is not a Gen Z. This one. Oh, if I'm wrong, tell me. Because, you know, the truth has to be deciphered. He's 32 years old as I am. He's my mate.
From where?
He's
because you've never met me. You've never met me in
but
this
you're
life.
32. You're not Gen Z. You know, this is what happened.
If you're 32, it means you were born in 97.
David,
were you born in 97?
David, gentlemen.
Yes, because I was born in 97. If I'm 32, that's fine.
I need us to go back to the point of the conversation.
If you are not born in 97, you cannot be.
I heard you were 32.
You've come to studio.
I need us to go back to the conversation.
Now,
because
tell me,
you cannot be speaking.
But at least I'm saying it from a national position.
You seem to me like a wise man, but you cannot come on national television and say,
no,
I've had.
But you're here to verify.
Yes, but you know, you've come so authoritatively.
No.
Okay, let us go back to the point of the conversation.
Yes,
you see, so he's not comfortable. David, he is not comfortable.
No, I'm comfortable.
To speak about,
totally fine,
you know, you've asked if he's Kenyan. If he's Kenyan, you know what he is. He said he's Kenyan. So let's leave it at that.
This is
so can we?
It's a Kenyan conversation.
Can we agree?
At least for the respect of the people who watch the show, David.
I see. For the respect that I have to talk.
I need you to be more respectful of our audience. Our audience expects a person who's prepared. Our audience expects a person who's coherent in their thought and
I was prepared yesterday.
Yes, but now today.
Okay, David. So what is your point? What did you want to elaborate so we can stick on? No. I don't want you to. I want you to be concise in your response so that we can be able to understand.
This is how to not show up for an interview. This is how to not show up for an interview. Anytime you're called to an interview, I need you to watch and rewatch this interview.
All right.
Don't
be like, okay, gentlemen.
You can scare me. No. I have to tell you what it is,
yes,
so that you know what you're fighting for. Because we agree with your point. We agree with your point. We disagree with how it has been executed.
Okay, gentlemen.
By the time you go to Parliament, you know what Parliament is.
It's just a building.
Gentlemen, let's proceed. Right. So
when I walked into the studio, and my brother made it very clear that he supports Ruto. Yes. Clearly, this is what the people who support William Ruto in this current government, this is how they reason. This is how we do. This is how they talk. And you can hear, this is how they do. And you're back home wondering why we keep on saying Ruto must go.
Imagine a movement driven by the youth, demanding genuine change, yet feeling betrayed by their own leaders. What happens when the very champions of progress appear disconnected from the people they represent? Recently, the alliance between Raila Odinga and President William Ruto has not only raised eyebrows, but also ignited a wave of skepticism and frustration among Gen Zs. These young Kenyans are gearing up for the Nane Nane revolution on August 8, 2024, determined to challenge the gap between political promises and actions. Join us as we explore the fervent push for authentic reform and the generational clash that is shaping Kenya's future. Stay tuned as we break down the passionate efforts of the Gen Zs to bring about true political accountability and change. I am Opati Samuel.
We Gen Z and millennials, we narrative slide. Oh mama, oh papa, join we in the fight. So we say we say Nane Nane tokea, Nyeri tokea, Nakuru tokea, Machakos tokea, Eldoret tokea. Kenya, ready for the mission. Nane Nane will rise up with passion. Them corrupt leaders will bring them down. With the youth we run the town. So we say we say Nane Nane tokea, Nairobi tokea, Thika tokea, Meru tokea, Eldoret tokea. We not can't stop till we reach the peak. From the slums to the hills we make them see. Unity and strength, that's how we win. Kenya rise up, let the change begin. So we say we say Nane Nane Tokea, Garissa Tokea, Embu Tokea, Kakamega Tokea, Eldoret Tokea. Kingpin Records, we run this yard. Kenya stand tall, we are fight so hard. From the coast to the plains, we now retreat. Gen Z millennials with the real elite. Rising up strong, we not back down. Kingpin sound with the talk of the town. Revolution vibes, the rhythm tight. Kenya unite with the bring the light. Big up to the youth where I hold the line. Kingpin Records, now is our time. From Nairobi to the world, let it be known. With the future and we claim the throne. So we say we say Nane Nane Tokea, Kenya Tokea, Africa Tokea, the world Tokea, Eldoret Tokea. Kingpin Records for life.
Nane Nane is a mega protest which we're organizing, one all across Nairobi. We're occupying everywhere in Nairobi, but also if you can't make it to Nairobi, we're occupying everywhere in Kenya. And the essence is, we've been mocked. Men and women have been killed. Children have been killed in their homes. And we're saying, enough with this rogue regime. It's a beginning of a conversation of a total system overhaul. That's what Nane Nane is about. So don't be confused. The hashtags are being suppressed on X by whoever and whatever. And people are trying to push diversionary hashtags, but it's on, man. It's on. Log onto your phone, ask your neighbor what it is about. And if you can't make it on the street, because not everyone can make it on the street, talk up wenje. Talk to your family. Talk to your roommate, talk to your family, talk to your mama mboga, your boda guy, your friend, your sister, your neighbor, your dog, your cat. Talk to everyone about Nane Nane because it's about a change. It's about a vibrant new Kenya.
Kenya's political landscape is undergoing a significant transformation as Gen Zs prepare for the Nane Nane revolution, a large-scale revolution scheduled for August 8, 2024. This wave follows a series of demonstrations that began in June, driven by the younger generation's demand for political accountability and systematic reform. Despite the withdrawal of the Finance Bill 2024, and significant political shifts, including cabinet reorganizations, the Gen Zs remain resolute in the pursuit of change.
As a young person, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, you have to be very clear to understand that whatever is happening is your constitutional right. When we say Nane Nane, nobody wants to ban the country. Let nobody, because, and as I said, politicians, the only thing politicians produce is violence. Do not let anybody lie to you that anyone wants to ban the country. Do not let anyone lie to you that we want to sow chaos in the country. What we are saying is we want proper governance, we want working institutions, we want accountability from the people who claim to govern us. I need you to remember and reclaim your power that Article 1 talks about power being sovereign. It means that these people are your representatives. They are not your supreme leaders in whatever it is that's happening. Go back to this interview and ask yourself, are these the kind of people you want to be governed by? I yield.
The situation has become more contentious with Azimio leader Raila Odinga's endorsement of President William Ruto's proposal for a multi-sectorial forum to address protester grievances. This move has been met with strong opposition from the Gen Zs, who view it as a potential compromise that could undermine their effort for meaningful reform. This sentiment is echoed by various critics and opposition leaders who fear that the forum will serve more to protect the interests of political elites rather than addressing the real issues affecting ordinary Kenyans. Odinga's history of political dialogues, often seen as yielding little tangible change, has fueled skepticism among the young protesters, who are determined to hold leaders accountable and push for substantial, lasting solutions to Kenya's pressing issues.
Sasa mmeona jamaa walikuwa mashindwa na kazi, wamevunja baraza ya mawaziri, wakaja kwetu kwamba tuwapatie watu. Si wakuwa wameshindwa na kazi, wakaja wakasema wanapiga magoti chini, tafadhali mpatie sisi watu wenu ni wanajua. Naambia mwaka jana tulisema nataka saba ifanywe nini? Ifanywe nini? Mambo yangekuwa tofauti sana kama ingefanyika. Unajua haya? Sio mashindwa. Tumewapata sasa wataalamu. Mtaona kama kazi inabadilika.
The Gen Zs, undeterred, are preparing for the Nane Nane protests with the aim of continuing the push for a more transparent and accountable government. They have emphasized the importance of peaceful protests and have warned against any attempts to infiltrate their demonstrations with the intent to cause chaos.
Maybe I would just say we might need to improve on is our cohesion. Because you see politicians who we are clamoring against, them they're united. These politicians have the worst differences known to man. There are people who would vow they would never work together, but they've sat down, they've said, hey, this is the point of uniting. As in the movement, and infightings are expected for sure, that there's people who have acted in the worst interest of the collective, but they're still part of the movement. What I suggest is we put that infighting aside. But tunakumbuka, wewe ulifanya hivi, we will hold them to book once we get to that point. So everything right now is leading to Nane Nane. There's no need for infighting because this chance has availed itself to us, Maze. You keep on injecting. So that's the unity. The movement has not slowed down. Just because that is the hashtags are being suppressed, does not making a ground. Easy. Everyone is just like, Kiongozi, VP, Nane Nane. It's on. So if you're watching this on K24 Digital, the movement is still going on. So don't lose your faith, because what you're fighting for is well enshrined in the Constitution. Kabisa.
I am Opati Samuel, and this is Opati TV.
You cannot ask me what next if I do not have a now. You cannot ask me what next in terms of employment if I'm unemployed. What we are saying is we are inviting the entire nation to rethink what a future looks like. The reason why we are here is because our forefathers had their chance to say, this is the future we want. In a country whose median age is 19.5 to 20, just like this party, it is imperative on us to figure out our now. We cannot jump into what next if we do not have a now. We do not have a current existence. We are being brutalized, and we have to make it absolutely clear that we cannot figure out what next before the people who have plundered and looted our future are behind bars. We cannot have a what next if we are still being killed extrajudicially. We cannot have a what next when we are the voice of reason that the president has with the youth is kidnappings, shootings, and them showing up in swamps there. We cannot have a what next when consistently the political class will wait for us to clamor for change and have them hijack our movement. We cannot have a what next if we do not have a now. That is what we want people to understand.